Joe Vasquez, my friend and the co-director of the Runway Innovation Hub. Here is a microphone. Let's thank Runway again. Let's thank Joe for hosting us.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
I don't really want to spend too much time asking questions. I just want to listen to what you have to share, but share a big vision with us.
Absolutely. I've been involved in the blockchain ecosystem for a while now, and it really requires a shift in thought about how we think about incentives, how we think about systems, and how we think about infrastructure. Oftentimes, incentives aren't really built into the equation. For example, we have a lot of things that happen in society that create negative externalities, but people don't actually pay for it. You put carbon in the air, you give low-income kids asthma, but nobody actually ends up paying for that. Blockchain could, with the right policy, with the right leadership, align all of the incentives, all of the externalities, to hold people accountable, and to create the right incentives for the most social good. I'm excited to see what we can do collectively because it does require a community. So thank you for coming here. I'm really excited to share this space with you and to have this conversation tonight.
Yes. So who's doing it well? Like what person or organization gets it and is doing things well that you think about, talk about, and want to share with everybody about?
A good friend of mine, her name is Sheila Warren. She has the blockchain division of the World Economic Forum. And then we have Brian Bellendorf at Hyperledger, which is a part of the Linux Foundation. Both are actively pushing forward the conversation in terms of social good and how do we democratize this technology. It's one thing to actually understand the technology, but it's another thing to understand institutions, the incentives like I was mentioning before, create the right leadership, and implement the technology later. Ideally, blockchain wouldn't be an industry. Do we really say that AI is an industry? Sure. We say healthcare is more of an industry. Blockchain is a tool like some people were talking about before. So how can we build blockchain in and create great user experiences with the right institutions, the right leadership in mind to actually solve meaningful problems?
That's good. What could happen in the next year within the blockchain tool industry, whatever? What could happen in the next year?
So I do think that we are getting a lot more mainstream awareness around blockchain. We are going to see a significant fallout in terms of companies that are not creating meaningful and valuable products. A lot of people took advantage of the craze. A lot of people invested in white papers that had really no meat on the bones behind it. I think we're going to see a lot of those companies fall out, not get funding for follow-on rounds. We're going to see the true players that have been working in this space for a long time with the right values who actually care about creating an impact. We are going to see a lot more companies are going to focus on communicating the value as opposed to saying that this is a blockchain company. This is a healthcare company that solves X, Y, Z, makes things cheaper, more efficient. Less focused on the blockchain component of it as a marketing component.
That's good. What's a call to action? Like maybe you could talk about the blockchain prize.
Yeah.
And that could be the call to action. I'd love for all of you here and those watching online to understand what you're putting together with the blockchain prize.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
We are creating a nonprofit called the Blockchain Prize, or blockchainprize.org, to incentivize a global competition to leverage blockchain technology to solve critical problems, mostly focused on the global south, the communities that are less often thought about, and the communities that need the most help. So I encourage you to go to blockchainprize.org, sign up, get involved, shoot me an email. I also encourage you to think about why. Just ask that question 5 times. Why do you do the things that you do? And really critically think about the incentives, the motives, why we live the way that we do, why are you here? Just question everything because that'll lead you to the real value of blockchain and how do we create value for everyone, not just a select few.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you so much for being a part of the event.
Thank you.